electric cars. You know, it's funny, if I were to be in an electric car with a completely new dashboard, something that looks futuristic, then that gels with the whole sensation. But this is the X3 that we know, you know, the familiar interior and everything, and all of a sudden when it moves like this, it actually surprises me more than if I were to be in a Taycan or an Ioniq 5. The sensation is just so different. You expect the sound of the engine, you expect the turbos to spool and boost, and none of that is here. And every single time we review cars, we judge them on how well they do in terms of quietness, in terms of smoothness of powertrain delivery, in terms of NVH, in terms of soundproofing, all that. And these things comes as default in an EV. Seriously, once you have driven an EV, let's not talk about performance cars or engine sounds, V8, V12s, V10s and all that. Let's not talk about all that. Talk about your daily car. The moment you experience EV, I don't think you will go back to normal cars. Of course, the range anxiety is always there because these cars, let's say, fully charged, you may be able to make a trip to Penang, but when you have an emergency that needs you to come back immediately, they can't do it. But for planned travel, let's say you know what you're going to do today, you know where you're going to be today, EVs are just amazing. So even though a lot of people, you know, who have their one and only car, they will say things like, the range doesn't make sense, I can't do this, I can't do that. Yes, agree. But most people who can only afford one car cannot afford EVs. Let's say you are a family that can only afford a BMW X3. By right, you cannot afford EVs because EVs are for families that has 3, 4, 5 cars, and then they have their Valfires or Alphas for long distance travel. They have their GTs for weekend drives that goes 300, 400 km around Seremban at 6,000 RPMs. And then they have one like these to do their daily work. And when it comes to traffic jams, on a petrol combustion car, we burn fuel without getting mileage, right? It's wasteful in a traffic jam. But for EVs, traffic jams are perfect. They don't use power except the aircon and all that. Whereas petrol cars would be more fuel efficient when they are traveling high speeds. For EVs, they are least efficient at high speeds. So it's the reverse. Alright? Situations like that in an EV, overtaking is just that. Nice. Oh, the lane keep assist coming in. Alright. It still drives like a BMW. I like this more than the iX. The iX is futuristic, blah blah, but that car doesn't drive like a BMW. This one still. I like this. I expected a lot more from that, but I don't with this. This to me just feels like all of a sudden the X3 is so refined. Amazing. Let no bitch keep me. Okay, I'm on the inside of the BMW iX3. So even though this is based on the X3, you can see the entire dashboard is different, right? And this panel is different as well. This has been updated to the new interior design language that came with the G20 3 series, and then you see it in the 8 series, you see it in the X7, and then now it's in the iX3. The iX3 also actually has different headlamps. Now I'm in this mode because there's one thing that annoys me when I drive BMW EVs or plug-in hybrids, is that when you stop your car, put it in park, you just want to step outside as the driver. Maybe your passengers are in the car, right? You just want to step out, maybe to buy durian or banana or something, or you go to the boot to grab something and it switch off the car. After much fiddling, I saw this option under doors vehicle access, switch off after door opening. Unticked it. Untick means I don't want it to switch off after I open my door. Let's try. Bro. Goodbye. I just want to grab durian. But why? Why does it do that? It's dead silent now. There's no aircon now. It's off. I have to switch it back on. Okay, that's the Hans Zimmer sound. Why? The vehicle is automatically switched off after the door is open if no one is left inside the vehicle. But I'm still sitting in the car. So if I unticked it, so it won't be automatically switched off after the door is open. Right? Let's try it again. It's off. It says goodbye again. Bro. Anyone knows how to deal with this? Please put in the comments. Teach me. I thought I found the menu to do this, right? Is it under climate? Cannot be, right? Key button, no. That's the thing, there are so... there's just so many things in this car now. I'm gonna give up. I thought I found it. Anyway, let's look at everything. Okay, this car has the full driver assistance feature, so it always reads what's up front. It has adaptive cruise control, it has lane keep assist, the advanced driver assist systems. All right, these little red lights that you are seeing here are actually infrareds that reads the driver. Yeah, like if I'm not paying attention or sleepy or whatnot, I mean basically the car is reading my face. Okay, so as we look at the steering wheel, this is the familiar steering wheel. Every car maker now sticks to one steering wheel due to homologation costs. All right, they tend to want to just keep to one steering wheel so you don't get like different car models get different steering wheels and all that. Okay, on the right side you get the seat memory controls. I mean, those familiar with BMWs, right, would remember they used to have those really physical buttons that you can push them without looking at them, but now it has been relegated to some really slim profile. I mean, from the driver's vantage point, right, you can barely see the buttons, and actually even pressing them takes a little bit of arm twisting effort. Okay, door lock and unlock buttons are over here instead of the old BMWs, the door lock and unlock buttons is in the middle, so they only need one set, and then everyone in the car has access to lock and unlock the car, which is a much better application than following Audi, putting it over here and then not having it on the left side, which makes it rather inconvenient to the passenger to lock and unlock the car. Okay, here you have the light switches over here, very familiar with it. All right, nothing special there. Again, they have changed how we interact with BMWs. I do not know why they changed it. BMWs used to have a little button over here, right? You just press it and then you activated the automatic wipers, which is super convenient. But now they follow Audi style. Just push it up once and it's on automatic. Okay, and then here you have the sort of like the read button or activating the automatic headlamps. Okay, nothing much, you know. Next, previous volume, and this one is what I always say, and old controls of cruise control, but on the new adaptive cruise control, they should just copy Volvo, you know, just one button to activate, and then left, right, and then up, down for the speed. That's it. You get everything sorted. The battery over here on the door panels feels a lot better. They're all satin chrome. Familiar BMW style switches, very nice. Okay, and then here F10 owners of F01, F30, the moment you touch this, you'll be petrified, right? The sticky mess, the familiar feeling of that material that gets sticky over the years. I'm sure BMW has done some changes to the material, and I hope this rubberized material won't get sticky over time. I've not heard reports of that in the newer generation BMWs. I hope that's not the case, but this feels so familiar. All right, the rubberized here's nice, covered in felt, very spacious, very big compartment, not as big as the Audi A4 one where I can shove my entire forearm in for some reason. All right, comes with Harman Kardon speakers, which is very nice. And then up here you have I've never liked lights that come up from here. I like the ones that glow from here, you know. Anyway, small complaint. This is really nice. BMW's interior lighting, you know, it mimics the welcoming carpet lights that debuted with the 7 Series, and then I got into all the other cars as well. Very nice. No sunglass holder for an SUV like this. All right, a lot of lady buyers would love SUVs. They would appreciate a sunglass holder. This is the SOS button, you know. BMWs have it. You run into any emergency, just press this button, you'll be able to speak to someone to assist you. Again, let's say you are being followed by someone on a road that you can barely tell what roads is that. Even if you call the police, they won't be able to help you because your car is driving, the car is following you. If you're on the highway, dark, and you call the police and say someone is following you, I mean, you can't do much. But if you use this button, you call, you let the person know, they will alarm the emergency services for you, and then they know exactly where you are. Okay, door panels, this combination leather is nice. Very nice leather stitching, but this leather is you know, you feel it's a little bit rough. I mean, it's not the type of leather that they use in a 7 Series, but you can't expect a 3 Series having a 7 Series grade, right? But it's nevertheless, it's comfortable, it's nice, you know. Stitchings are good. Again, I'm reminded of the horrible stitches that comes from the Toyota Camry. Okay, so the door panels, you get stitchings up here as well. You get the aluminum inlay, and then you get some combination. I like interiors that has a combination of colors instead of black on black on black on black on black, or gray on gray on gray. You know, those are just horrible. Okay, these, I wanted to say fake leather, but in a way the stitches look real. And then this is, you know, I mean, they could have opted for a smoother pattern, but small complaints. Okay, covered in felt, nicely sized, very sizable, you know, very nice, very nice. And over here you get this huge badge, iX3, you know, super cool. And then you get this, so this is slanted up, so you put anything here. It's a little bit rubberized, so you can place your stuffs here. Very nice. Or you can open it up, and very large wireless charger panel, unlike the 5 series. Remember the 5 series review where you can't even fit a Samsung Note 10 Plus in the wireless charger. This one is totally okay for any size of phone. So the 5 series one is just funny because Samsung is a tech partner of BMW. All right, here we have cup holders cut out in the middle, very nice. 12-volt socket, USB ports over here, and this is the new panel that integrates, you know, the lever. I mean, old-time BMW owners like us would love that old gear lever, right? It feels so substantial, feels so nice. This is just plasticky. This thing is very plasticky. All right, oh well. And this whole panel as well, we used to have physical buttons for iDrive, but now it's all like a touch panel. And let's just say the sensation of pressing the buttons aren't great, okay? Even the Sport Plus and all that. This is one step backwards from the F series of BMWs where you have great buttons. BMW used to make great buttons, you know, good travel on the buttons, and they're silent, right? All these new ones, this one's still all right. The tactical feel of it still feels very BMW. This one, I don't know, but this saves cost for them. It goes across the board on all their cars, so you can't complain because you have no options on this. Okay, armrest is huge. You get a USB-C inside here, get a rubberized thing down here, and that's about it. Nothing much. And you get a huge panoramic roof where the front portion of this is can be open. Yesterday I was in a car with a sunroof that small. Yeah, just the width of my pinky finger to my thumb. Yeah, amazing. This is properly sized, of course, but it's not as big as some where this border is in the middle and then the front portion gets to open up. But I have no complaints. Any car with a panoramic roof just makes the car feel so nice inside. All right, okay, so, and then the front seats, you get this. You get a little compartment down there. Nope, no compartment down here. The door bins are huge. It was cut out in the middle, but you can put big bottles over there. You have a speaker over there. You can put a lot of stuff over there. In terms of material wise, it's hard plastic, but it's the high quality ones that don't hurt your knuckle as much. Now my dilemma is here. I open the door, the car will switch off by itself. And then if I jump into the back seat, I just do not know how to overcome this. It's just a weird thing that BMW does. Alright. Aircon vents at the back. Those are the rear seats. They look like they can be reclined. Now how do I go to the back seats without letting the car switch off? Right, so I'm just gonna open the door and then it will switch off, and then I press the brakes and start it again. It wouldn't start because the door is open. A key is missing. Okay, I'll give you the keys. Can I start the car? Oh, good. Oh my god. Okay, so the key, if the key is out, it will be off. Is it? No. What is going on? What's going on? So I lift my legs off the brakes. It's off. Oh my god. Just gonna hop to the back seats without air conditioning then. Okay, size 11.5 feet. I am 5'11". My feet slots just nice in between the base of the rear seats and the starting of the front rails. Okay, you get a little pocket over here. You get your own climate zone control. 2 USB-C ports here. It's getting really warm here. Okay. I like the angle. I like the angle of this. It's more reclined than most rear seats are. Okay, it's very nice. And if you look at my view, look at that. It's so nice from behind here. So, okay, it's a 60-40 split, and then goes down like that. Very nice. Tonneau cover at the back. You get some lights here, handles. This one is for other accessories, but this looks so flimsy. It's gonna break off, I believe, or it's designed to be bricked off. You can buy different accessories that can connect both sides. So let's say you're carrying, you put your seats down, you're carrying your dogs and all that, right? You can buy those accessories that separate the dogs from, like, you know, going to the front. Okay. One thing that is very impressive is headroom. At the back here, I feel very, very comfortable, you know, and the windows are huge. The interior plastic panels are thick. It's very nice. Okay, ingress and egress is okay. You know, it can be a little bit wider. You know, it ought to have. It can be a little bit wider. This one. This adjusts. What does it do? It reclines. Change the recline angle. It adjusts this thing. So this can straighten up the seat back to free up more room at the back. But let me push it back. Okay, you need considerable amount of strength to pull that and push that at the same time. The tail lamps are 3D compared to the regular iX3. You know, these are just for garnishing purposes, but this is, some people may like simpler designs, you know. This is like really 3D. Okay, boot space is huge, right? The tonneau cover goes like that. Somehow they put some lights over here. Interesting. Okay, you get a net over there. Let's see what's underneath. The chargers. And then, oh, they supply this as well. This net that I mentioned earlier on to place there is supplied. Okay, and I believe you have room to store the tonneau cover. That's very nice. Oh, it's click locked. Interesting. Okay, powered boot, you get that. And yes, it has keyless, but the fact that you walk away, it will lock, and you walk near your car, it will unlock. You literally don't need to interact with it. These wheels are for the iX3 only, you know, some aero wheels. Now, the exterior of the car is smart looking, right? The blue accents all indicate to you that this is an electric version. The headlamps are totally different from the X3. So if you go into a crash, you can't buy X3 headlamps and fit into this, all right? They won't work. It's different, all right? The grills, these are covered, okay? Again, to aid aerodynamics and to indicate this is the electric version with this little blue rim over here. I really like how the car drives. I really like this car. The fact that everything feels so normal BMW. You feel like you're in an X3, just that it is a ton quieter, smoother, more comfortable than the petrol version. Apart from this thing that annoys me, I just do not know how to circumvent it. Maybe it's my knowledge of new BMWs, I wouldn't know. Alright, you get heads-up display as well. There you go. And this car is equal to about 280 horsepower, 400 Newton meters of torque, and it costs about the same as an X3. Now, the range of this car is impressive. Okay, it has like 430 plus kms of range, so you can think of it as, in the real world, probably 350 to 380, I would say, provided you drive really smoothly, you don't climb up any hills like that, you know, then you get the full range that was claimed. Okay, so I've been driving it like yesterday until now. When I got it, it's like 260 km, and I've been driving more than 20 kms, and it's still showing like 240. So I think the energy usage of this car is great. You know, it's nice. Of course, if you stay in a condo, right, you just need to find a way to install a charger, all right, and then you'll be fine. If you stay in the landed, of course, no problems. But I think cars like these, cars that people buy to do their daily runs, to do their daily stuffs, should and always and has to be electric now. All right, enthusiast cars, your weekend cars, you know, the cars that you want to drive all the way from Singapore to Thailand, of course you can buy a petrol car, right? But cars that you have daily at home to do your school runs, your grocery runs, to tap out food, you know, to go to office and back, just buy electric. It's amazing. All right, and cars like these that are priced properly, you know, 300 over 1,000, and it's still luxurious, it's still nice, still a BMW. It's just so lovely, and I think, yeah, man, this is nice. And you know how when we review cars, right? Every time we review cars, even everybody, every car reviewer in the world, or every consumer in the world, when we go into any car, right, it is always the pursuit of. We are always exchanging money in pursuit of how smooth is the car, how good is the acceleration, how good is the NVH, and we understand this as something that the more you pay, the more you get, right? The ultimate being a Rolls Royce, right? It's dead quiet, it's like so smooth, so comfortable, but it takes so much engineering effort to make a big petrol burning, firing engine to be smooth and comfortable and quiet. Whereas brands like Rolls-Royce should be the first to electrify, because these characteristics are inherent with electric cars. So when you go into an electric car, right, you've come to enjoy the quietness, the smoothness, the speed, the NVH. It's almost impossible to go back to a regular car, especially one that's not an enthusiast car. When it's an enthusiast car, right, you like the sound of a Nissan GTR, the sound of a Ferrari 458, you know, 612 Scaglietti, an Aston Martin, right? You like all those sounds, and that gives the enjoyment of driving. But for your daily car, a 4-cylinder 5 Series 530i that just, you know, electric is the better way. Okay, and BMW is again one that is pushing it hardest. More than 10 years ago, BMW has been pushing the active hybrid, and then during the plug-in hybrid times, BMW has, like, you know, they sell more than anybody. They are the one brand that is responsible for moving Malaysians from petrol usage to chargers, to having chargers at home, and then to be ready to embrace electric cars. I would say in Malaysia, it's the sole effort of BMW. Yeah. Yes, Volvo did as well, but come on, Volvo sells a year what BMW sells in 2 or 3 months. All right, so the sheer volume of what BMW has been able to push out to consumers in Malaysia allows electrification to happen. Okay, that's my review. Thanks.